Come, let us lift our eyes to the hills, from whence cometh our help. Yes, and give us health and strength, Rastafari, in these.
Hi, my name is Yomi, and I'm the founder of ONC Marketing. Over a year ago, I attended the launch of Big. I found it exciting, inspirational, and thought that's exactly what our community needed. Today, I'm here to find out what's been happening in the background and what we can expect for the future. So, Mr. Biggs, what's been going on? Why did you start Big?
I felt that the solution to our problems was really quite simple. I felt that if we could come together and pull our resources, help each other, we would be able to solve most of our problems, which predominantly were around economics. So that was really the ethos of Big is and was to bring us as a community together and literally work with each other to solve our problems by ourselves, instead of relying on other people, relying on handouts, thinking that somebody else is going to do it for us. I really think and still do believe that if we were able to come together, we'd be able to solve most of our problems, and that's really the reason why Big was started. The journey has been very interesting, exciting, and one of the things I would say is that in anything that is going on, anything you're doing, you have to realize that there is the unseen and there is the seen. What I mean by that is that there are things that everyone sees that are going on, but what people don't see is the things that go on behind the scenes. The people that you work with, the problems you have, issues that are going on, how you're able to resolve these issues in the background without people really knowing what's going on. So that's very important for people to realize that in doing anything like this, there will always be the seen and the unseen. So I had a vision and have a vision of what I wanted from Big, which is completely different to the reality of what actually takes place or happens. So in that respect, you have to realize that anything you're doing, you have to think, okay, for example, today we're gonna do this interview. It might not happen, or what if this goes wrong, or what if that goes wrong? You have to always think about the unexpected. So when it comes to Big, we had, private investors, and we had our own money that we were investing into Big, which got held up, tied up in other things, and that was a big unexpected, and the funding from the private investors wasn't forthcoming as it was originally planned, and we're still waiting on some aspects for that to come through. So that was something that was unexpected. With Big, what I also realized with Big is that bringing people together, any group you bring together, you have to realize there's a social experiment that's taking place. What I mean by that is when you bring people together, you find all kinds of characters. So as I said before, the ethos was bringing people together, we're going to work together, we're going to help each other, everybody's on the same page in terms of we really want to see the positive change in our community. But what I found was that there are people who were very selfish in terms of, they're only thinking about themselves, which goes against coming together and working together as a community. So that was something that was a bit unexpected, because my thinking was that we were all ready and everybody was really about us working together, coming together and making things happen for the collective, whilst others were just, so for example in the Big group, you have people that only talk about themselves or only interested when they want to promote their events or what they're doing, and they're not really interested in what's happening collectively. So with that social experiment, you see the selfish people, you see the greedy people, you see the genuine people, you see the people that really want change, those that want to work together, and so forth. And you have to adapt, or we've had to adapt based on, you know, what we're finding with what I call the social experiment. So what was very evident is that we have many problems and issues on so many different levels within our community. Problems of identity crisis, trust within ourselves, mental problems. You know, when I say mental problems, I mean that a lot of the times what we have in our minds, it's not what we really are. It's somebody else's perception or what they have, someone else has given you and or has made you think you should be like this, or you should think like this, or you should be like this. So when I mean mental problems, that's what I'm more referring to, the fact that we don't really have our own minds or use our own minds to do what we want to do. It's almost kind of always influenced by others. We have emotional problems because as a community we've been through a lot, and sometimes things are going on, as I said, the unseen things that are going on with people on a personal level as well as on a business level. Yeah, so economic issues again, you know, we find it very difficult to get the economic or financial help that we need. If we're starting a business, we face more challenges than other people. As I said, the trust issues means that sometimes we can't even come together and pull our resources.
Regarding the seen and unseen, I can relate to that because, for example, you know, people go through different things that they're facing in the background, but they've got to, no matter what it is, they've got to, you know, have their professional hat on and just kind of face people really, whether or not at that particular time they can or they have the strength to. So yeah, I do understand. Expect the unexpected. I can totally relate to that because, as you rightly said, in business, there are a lot of unexpected hurdles that one has to face. So, excuse me, personally, I've experienced it myself, and so has some of the business owners that I know as well. So, it is definitely true.
But one of the major problems that I found was marketing. Incidentally, as you're into marketing, you will know most of our startup or businesses, whether they're new or existing, have been going for years, don't market themselves well enough. So no matter how great the project you're working on is, or the product or service that you have, if you can't get it out to the masses, if nobody knows about it, then you're not going to generate the revenue. So marketing is a key element. There are other things, but marketing, we found from the businesses within Big that we've been working with, we found that to be an essential and imperative part. So we'll talk about, you know, what we've decided to do, even for ourselves, even for Big. So we've embarked on a marketing strategy, which I can go into a little bit more. So with this mindset of us not really knowing who and what we are in terms of our own identity, a lot of people were like thinking revolution, you know, let's come together, it's not about a revolution as such, it's more about an evolution. So the mindset has to change, the way we think, the way we do business, the way we interact with each other, the trust issues, addressing our mental shortcomings, our economic issues. So we have to have a different mindset. So we need a evolution as opposed to a revolution. This is not about, you know, it's not just about our community. We're a global business, a global organization. So we have to think bigger, as we like to say. We have to really think big and think outside of the box, or the circle, as some people would say.
Yes, as a community, we do face a lot of challenges and issues across the board, like you rightly said as well. But I think it's something that, unfortunately, there are some of us that, that we're kind of stuck in that, because we're facing this, we can't move on and things like that. And I don't think that's the right attitude to have. And as much as I can, I try to speak, especially to those individuals as well as even businesses, because obviously for them to have that mindset, it's probably what they've experienced and things like that. So, there's some people that are like, oh, just forget about them. At the end of the day, that's their mindset, that's fine. But, that's the thing with minds. It can change, either positive or negative. So I'm all about being positive. And if I see I'm talking to individuals, businesses, and they're responding in a slightly positive way, then I'll definitely carry on. However, if they're stuck in their ways and they don't want to kind of move on, sort of thing, then it's not something that I'll begrudge them for that. They're just not ready. So it's something that I might just kind of leave them for a little bit, but I'll still attempt in the future to kind of help them realise that as a collective, we're strong and powerful and we can do whatever we want. So yeah, I do agree with that.
Yeah, so what's been going on? So one of the things we decided to do is, out of the big group, the massive big group, we've decided to form what we call big circles. The word big comes out a lot in a lot of things we do. So big circles meaning that you have the core, and then you have circles going outwards from the core. So we extracted the people that we felt got the ethos of big from the big group and formed another circle, which we called the inner circle, or circle 001. And what that meant was that even though we had a big group with lots of people, we were able to start to look at who was really serious, who got the message, who got the whole thing about us coming together, working together. And so we formed a segment of serious people who were ready to go, who were at a different stage financially and were able to come together, because as I said before, we faced some financial challenges initially because the funding we were expecting didn't come through. And in anything, as I said before, when when you have to face the unexpected, you have to think of other ways of how to move forward. So we got this group together, the inner circle, and have been working, not in secret, but away from the limelight as a task force on a number of projects. And one of the things we've done is put a list of projects together that we're going to work on, and we've been able to finance that project ourselves. And one of the major projects that we're working on at the moment is an investment we've put into inbound marketing, which we're going to use to help a lot of the startups, existing businesses, and ourselves to get our plight, our agenda, our strategies out there on a bigger scale. So that's a major achievement for us. And on that, I'd like to thank and give a big shout out to some of our inner circle, yourself, of course, ONC Marketing, Working Action Group, Juliet, an amazing woman. She's doing great things in the community. Colin from Each Teach, Colin McDonald's, he's got a radio station and he's doing fantastic things. These are people that are really, they're really up for this challenge, and we're doing great things together. Access UK with Nana, Joseph Media, of course, who we're working together with on the marketing project. Winston from Epidope, Lee, there's so many people, Angela Morrison, Barbara, Antonio, Marcia Brock, Emmanuel, of course the big team who have been there from the start and are still there. So just want to give a big shout out to those people in the inner circle. But what's really interesting is a new circle's being formed, the next outer circle, which gives an opportunity for some of the new members that have joined Big to also come together and form another circle so that we can address and tackle some other projects. So what can we expect? So we've got a number of workshops coming up. We've got a cryptocurrency workshop coming up, which you should look out for, because I'm sure a lot of people have heard about Bitcoin and how people are making money from it. And this is something that we've been involved in ourselves, and we feel that our community needs to know more about this space, how to get involved. So yeah, look out for the cryptocurrency workshop coming up soon. We're going to also return to our regular networking events. These are going to happen quarterly. For those who remember the initial stages of Big, we used to have a networking event every month, and then we had a major event. So we're going to go back to the regular networking events, but these will be on a quarterly basis. We're also going to have a big event in the summer. The title of that is obviously called The Next Big Thing. So look out for the summer for the next big thing that's coming up soon. That's going to be a major event where we recognize and award some of our major achievers. Yeah, we're going to go all out for that. We're thinking, you know, red carpet, the whole work. So that will be very interesting. We're going to build on partnerships, having more partnerships with, you know, new partners and people we can work together. Where we have synergies. So yeah, we're going to build more partnerships. We're going to be investing more in other projects, new projects. I've mentioned the marketing, cryptocurrencies. We're going to invest in property. We're going to invest in so many things, you know, escape me at the moment, but look out for those. We're also going to be investing money in startups, new businesses, SMEs. And there'll be more information on the Big website. So yeah, lots of good things coming up in the future. So excellent. Watch this space.
Right, regarding the networking event, is it just for Big members, or can anyone attend?
So the networking event is going to be based on your membership level. So obviously on our website we have free membership, basic membership, silver, gold, platinum. And based on your membership, you obviously will be receiving concessions or discounts based on your membership. But the thing is, we're going to have really exciting speakers, people who are breaking grounds in their industry, things that we believe can really help the people in Big.
Regarding partnerships, are there any particular criteria that organisation businesses have to meet before they can become a partner of Big?
Yeah, so as a partner, you would need to be somebody who's fairly established, as well as having some synergies or complement what we're doing. You know, you'd have to be somebody who has been in business for some time and have a certain financial position that would mean that you could bring something to the table. So yeah, that's the type of person or type of business that we would be looking to partnership with.
Right, with the cryptocurrency workshop, do you have a date in mind already?
Oh, I'm so excited about the cryptocurrency workshop. That's going to happen in this quarter. We haven't got the specific date yet, but look out for that in the Big WhatsApp group on the website, and we will promote it. So yeah, that's coming soon, literally in this quarter.
Excellent. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you for having me.
And we look forward to the great things to come.
Thank you for taking the time out to come and find out more about what we're doing, what we're up to, and what the future holds for us. I appreciate your time. I want to thank all the members of Big as well.